Good morning, students. In this video, we will learn about satellite launch vehicles. So, just we'll see that satellite launch vehicles they are used to place the satellites in their specific orbits. And what is the functioning of this satellite launching vehicle? This functioning of this vehicle is based on Newton's third law, and the launch vehicle it used some specific type of fuel, as we are using diesel petrol in the same way. So what happens when due to combustion of this fuel, the gas which is produced, it expands due to high temperature, and what happens, it expelled forcefully, means it comes out forcefully through the nozzles and in the vehicle. So what happened as a reaction of this? A thrust acts on the vehicle, which drives the vehicle high into the space. Means because of this reaction, some thrust acts on the vehicle, and because of that only, it goes to a very high to the very height into the space. Now, what is the structure? The structure of the launch vehicle, it is decided by the weight of this satellite and also the type of satellite orbit. And the fuel also depends on this factor only. That means it depends on the weight of the satellite and also the type of satellite orbit. And here the fuel is it forms a major portion, means it is the important portion. So this vehicle has to carry a large weight of the fuel with it, so it will become heavy. So what happens to overcome this problem, to come out for this problem, launch vehicles with more than one stage are used. So what happened, due to this the weight of the vehicle also get reduced step by step after its launching. So we'll see, for example, suppose if you consider a launch vehicle having two stages. So for launching the vehicle, in the first stage is used, the fuel and the engine in the first stage are used. So what happens, once the fuel in the so it goes to the certain height, and once the fuel in the first stage is used, or it becomes, if it is when the fuel in the first stage is finished, the fuel tanks become empty, and the engine also, it is detached from the main body of the vehicle, and it is fall either into a sea or any unpopulated land, means where no population is there. So what happened, as the fuel in the first stage is exhausted, the fuel in the second stage is ignited. So then what happens, the vehicle now contains only one stage, and it becomes lighter also, and because of this lighter, the weight of the vehicle becomes light, and because of this what happens, it can move with higher speed. Almost all vehicles are made of either two or more stages, means if at the same time, if you take all the stages, and if the vehicle moves with together with all these stages, so what happens, it will become heavy. So what happens, first they are using first stage, and then they are detaching the fuel and engine, then they are using second stage, then again the fuel and engine is fuel tank and engine is detached, then third stage is used, then it is also detached, and then fourth stage is used. In this way this vehicle is used. So in some satellites launching, the vehicle of two stage, or in some of them more than two stage are also used. So as an example, the structure of a polar satellite launch vehicle PSLV developed by ISRO of India, it is shown in figure 10.5a. The launch vehicles are very costly because they can be used only once. So what USA has therefore developed space shuttle. See figure 10.5b, children, you can see space shuttle is shown to you, which returns to the earth except for the fuel tank and can be reused in multiple launches. Means except the fuel tank, that space shuttle can be used in so many launches. Means multiple means more than one. So now we'll see. Always remember the rocket, a type of cracker used in Diwali, which we are using. That is also a type of rocket. That's why we call it as rocket. Is also a sort of launcher. In this rocket, the fuel is ignited using a fuse and the rocket is projected into the sky just like a satellite launcher. That we are using the cracker of rocket, that is also type of satellite launcher. Similarly, if a balloon is blown and released with its end open, the air in the balloon is forcefully ejected and the balloon is pushed in opposite direction. This can be explained using the Newton's third law of motion. Now we will see space missions away from the earth. See children, as we have seen above, artificial satellites are used for making our life more and more enriched. And we have studied in previous standard that artificial satellites are used to gather information about various objects in the earth. Similarly, space missions are also used to gather further knowledge about the universe. In these missions only, the spacecrafts are sent to the nearby objects in the solar system. As space missions, in the same way, spacecrafts are also sent to the nearby objects in the solar system to observe them very closely. And now new information have been obtained from such missions, and it is helping us to understand the creation and evolution of our solar system with the help of spacecraft. So children, for what is the use of that spacecraft? For such mission, the spacecraft must escape the Earth's gravitational force. And for this, what should be there? The initial velocity of the moving object must be greater than the escape velocity. Means initial velocity should be greater than the escape velocity of the Earth, as we have seen in the chapter of gravity. Escape velocity on a planet can be obtained by using the following formula. See, formula it is given: escape velocity is equal to under root 2 gm upon r. So by putting the value of g, gravitational constant, m is mass of the planet and r is radius of planet, so we are getting 11.18 kilometers per second escape velocity. Thus, if a spacecraft is to escape the Earth's gravitational force to travel to the outer surface, that means the spacecraft must have a minimum velocity of 11.2 kilometer per second.